What is going on, people? Figured today would be a decent day to do a walk around of the new truck. I've had it for probably about 3 weeks now. I've done a couple things to it. Last truck was in a little incident, and had to go through the whole appraisal process and all that. Wasn't able to really pull anything off of that one. So I got a bunch of new parts, and I got a bunch of new to me parts, so we'll go through what we got here. So this is a 2020 Ford Raptor. It's an 800A. It's obviously an extended cab. I didn't want another crew cab. I wanted something more fun. We'll start breaking down what I got done to it. So we have some brand new LP6 Pro Ambers, and then we have some LP9 Pros. Those are both in the combo pattern. I'm actually kind of fortunate that I have so many friends in the off-road group I'm a part of. So a lot of these I got from guys in the group that either changed their light setup or they went to something new. So going down here, I did get a set of Ebach front springs. I ran those on my last truck. Absolutely loved them. They ride super smooth. It is kind of crazy how different it is going from the live valve shocks without the electronics to having the electronics. It's night and day difference. Obviously we have the SVC off-road Baja front bumper. So this is, they make two versions of this. They make one that accepts a 30-inch light bar, and this one does not. I opted for the one that didn't. I thought it was a little bit cleaner. Along with that front frame cut, we have a SVC front intercooler. Be hard to see this back in there. See if I can get you a little screenshot of it. Right there, we have a Mishimoto transcooler. So that thing is literally 2.5 times bigger than the factory one. If you go to my Instagram page, I have photos of me ripping this all apart and the differences of all that. We also have the Mishimoto 10R80 thermal bypass valve. That is the full flow. So where the transmission cooler sits in the front of this engine, there's a top block and there's a bottom block. Well, that top block is where all the tranny lines go to. The bottom block is where all the coolant lines run into. So basically they make a bigger one that doesn't have any internals in it, so it's just a full flow. Moving on up, we have some new to me XL80s, and I had these brackets from my last truck, so I just threw these back on there. We have a built right stubby antenna. Thought that was pretty sweet. Coming on back, so I did end up buying a backflip G2. All the photos that I seen on the truck, I didn't see a tonneau cover on it. Well, it actually ended up coming with one. So this is the F1. And then we also have a new to me first generation, I guess is what I want to call it, third brake light. So the one that I had on my truck, they're different harnesses. The housing's basically the same. This truck is an 800A, so it doesn't have a rear view camera. So that actually ended up working pretty sweet for me. Going into the bed, it's pretty simple. We don't have really anything in here. I have a jack, some KC action tracks. Also, if you guys are ever looking for a bed setup, these are from a Ford Transit van. I end up figuring out that you could get these and take the internals out of this. It's basically like a bolt and a spacer and a shim, and you can undo these bolts and you can throw these on there. So I have those in the 4 spots. I couldn't get the front 2 out. I'm going to end up having to weld nuts on those, and those are stripped out. So let's move to the inside, and then we'll cover underneath the hood. Nothing too fancy in here. So there isn't a whole lot of room on an extended cab, but I'm never really planning on having 4 people, so it was good with me. Got a kind of a ghetto setup here, I guess is what you can call it. We have an 8-trend box with 2 Pioneer 12-inch subs and a 1200 watt Pioneer amp. Coming up here, we don't really have anything fancy. We got a Uniden R7 and a Nextbase dash cam. Got some Amazon phone mounts. Let's go underneath the hood. See if I can do this one-handed. All right, let's talk about it. So these trucks don't come with a lot of big fuses or relays for the upfitter switches. The setup I had on my last truck was actually from a Super Duty. So I had a bunch of 20 amp and 30 amp relays. So what I opted for on this one is the LVJ 6-panel relay box. So this takes all of your inputs from your factory upfitters, and it takes them all from the 15 and 25 amp fuses to 60 amp relays, which allows me to run 2 or 3 of these on one circuit. Beautiful design. We have a optimal yellow top. I had one of these on my old truck, decided that I absolutely needed one for my new one. We have S&B's beautiful big mouth intake. Thing makes some pretty sweet suction noises. And down in there we have a UPR mega catch can. It's basically all I got. You know, if you guys got questions, drop a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. One last thing before I forget, the truck is also tuned from MPT Performance. This thing is absolutely spicy on their 93 performance tune. If you guys want a 0 to 60 on that, I can upload that too. But yeah, here she is in all her beauty. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.